Hi, and welcome to, I believe this is my first complete week. We're on day 7 or 8 of our recipes. And today I'm getting a little bit tired of beans and chewing them in every meal, so I'm going to show you how you can use it as a thickener, especially in soups and stews and things like that. Today we're going to use it in a tomato soup that also has some ground beef in it. So meatball soup, however you want to call it, there's many different ways that you can word this. There's many different things you can do with it. One of the things that I like to do when cooking for my family is to make this, get as many vegetables into them as possible. So we're starting off by just warming up in some olive oil, some carrots, and it doesn't matter how you cut them because they're going to be pureed in here. So the point is to get them cut up quickly so that they will cook quickly, and that way you can be done faster. I'm going to add some celery. I have 2 carrots, 2 celery. I'm going to add some frozen chopped onions. Onions are very good for your heart. And we're just going to cook these for about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, just until they get soft. Once that gets soft, then I will add in the tomatoes and the broth. So that's going to soften up a little bit. In the meantime, I've got some ground sirloin in here that I'm just going to brown up, and I'm only going to break it into chunks because I want to have some pieces. So I'm just going to sort of break it up like this and cook it. I'm not going to actually grind it too small. And then we'll add this to the soup near the end. Okay, so these veggies are nice and soft. I put the lid on there and let them go for maybe 5 minutes or so, but I can tell now that they're soft. I can feel it when I push into them. I'm going to add the canned tomatoes. Also using diced because I wanted the basil, garlic, and oregano in there. I can add the seasonings myself, yes, and you can do that if you want to. And I also have 1 cup of chicken broth. And the butter beans. Now the butter beans are going to act as a thickening agent. You can use the butter beans or you can use chickpeas. These make a great thickening agent if you're going to make broccoli soup or cauliflower soup or broccoli soup or pretty much any vegetable. You can make a zucchini soup using the beans as a thickener. If I were not on the diet, I could possibly add yogurt or sour cream to that too, and that would also make a really nice flavor, changing the spices around. I'll probably be doing some of those recipes later on. So this is going to just cook like this for approximately 15 minutes. The beef, you can see I didn't cut it too small, okay? It's just small enough that they're bite-sized pieces. So they're little bits of chunks, and that should be done. I'm just going to let that set aside, and we'll join back up in about 15 minutes once I get this. Okay, so now the soup is all, everything's all softened up, so we put our stick blender in there. And it's important not to put this straight down into the bottom of the pan. The suction will pull up the bottom of the pan, so you need to hold it at an angle. You're going to do that on high for a few minutes until everything is pureed. Now this has a really nice creamy texture to it. I've been doing that for a few minutes, so I think this is all set. I'm going to return this to the heat. And now, pay attention, I'm going to add in the ground sirloin. We'll stir that in. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more vitamin C. Take our leaves, our spinach leaves, Please pay attention here. And I'm just going to snip this into here because I want this in little chopped up pieces. I don't want it to be too mulched up. I want it to look a little bit more. You could do this with basil too if you have that. That would be really nice in here. Some nice fresh basil leaves. So we're just going to keep on slicing. And yes, I do put the stems in there. I've never had any complaints. As a matter of fact, my food always gets really big rave reviews. That's why I started this blog. One of the things that I have done really well is I've raised 2 kids to be healthy eaters and make good choices. And that is partly because I tricked them so much when they were younger by adding all these vegetables in and then telling them about it afterwards so that they learned what was the right way to do things. It's important that we know what we're putting into our bodies and why we're doing it. That's one of the things I love about the 4-Hour Body Plan, is that it really teaches you the reasons why we eat the way that we eat. Okay, so this is looking very good. I'm just going to heat this up one more time. That, I bet, is just delicious. Oh, that's yummy. That's going to heat up. I'm going to give that about 15 minutes to come to another simmer, and then it should be soup time. Thank you very much, and please let me know your comments. Tell me what you think of the recipes, videos. I know we're still working on getting the right process going here. At the moment, we're just using my BlackBerry, and since this is a 4-hour or a 4-week plan for me, I'm not investing in another camera, but I'm working on it. So, video problems aside, tell me what you think of the recipes. Tell me what you think of the blog. Thank you, and I look forward to your comments.